it's Barbara. It is morning. It is definitely morning. Unfortunately, an hour ago it was bright and sunny and I would have gone outside even though it's 95% humidity, but it is no longer bright and sunny. It might actually be raining, but if it isn't, it's going to feel like it's raining, so I'm in the house. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. I have my new system coffee, and I'm enjoying it black, which is really good. I'm very happy about that. This is my second cup today. I got up early today because I went to bed early last night. Yesterday, I felt a little bit like a recovery day. You know, I was tired. I don't know that I exactly had brain fog, but I wasn't feeling, I don't know, mentally energetic. Anyway, so I took a day off, well, I'm retired. Every day is a day off in a way, but I just didn't put any expectations on myself. I had hoped to do the exercises. The Monday exercises are the balance exercises, which, I like and are easy for me. Well, they're all standing up. And, while I sweat and my muscles get a little tired doing them, it feels like they're easier. I'm weight over my head and and they're designed for balance, which I'm very, very interested in maintaining my balance. So, having watched my parents and in-laws, I really want to work on that. But I just I didn't do it in the time of my day where it's most likely to work, because we only eat sort of in one small time frame a day. We start eating, I don't know how we got so late, but I started eating at 4, and I guess it was the rain, and finished eating about 7:30. But because of the rain in between, in the morning, anyway, I don't have to make excuses, and I'm trying to explain that in a typical day, we would walk the dogs around 2 or 2:30. And if I don't do my exercises before we walk the dogs, it doesn't work, because when we come home, then we start eating, and and after I've eaten, I actually have pretty slow motility, so it takes a while for my stomach to clear, and so after I eat, I can't do the exercises, period. So anyway, I just about pushed the button and started over. Anyway, today, but I was tired and I wasn't feeling, perky, and I only stayed up a little while after Aura went upstairs. So I went up to bed about 9:30 with the idea that I would read my phone laying in bed, because I was tired, and stay up as late as I wanted to, but in bed. But I had put my phone down and turned the light out by 10:30, which is early for me, because I often stay up till 1 and 1:30. So, and I slept pretty well last night, which is good. I had some sleep deprivation, so I slept pretty well, and I woke up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at 8 o'clock this morning, which is early for me. I know that sounds late for some people, but not me. So I got up at 8 o'clock. Now, Dennis went to bed late, and he usually gets up at 9:30, so I sat and had a cup of coffee and read my phone and, saw the news and such. And then at 9:30, I took him his tea, and I went and did my exercises. Now, the exercises I did this morning, it's Tuesday, were the Monday exercises, because the Monday, Wednesday, Friday are the more intense exercises, and Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday are more yoga-y, or, and cardio. In other words, I'm supposed to take the dogs for a long walk. So I did my Monday exercises this morning before I'm talking to you, and it's still morning. It's still morning. So getting up at 8 o'clock really extends the part of my day where I have the option to do my exercises. So I'm hoping that I will continue to do that. So anyway, I did my exercises this morning, and I'm feeling good about that. And that's what I have to do to incorporate the exercise into my routine of my day, which I really want to do intellectually. But emotionally and body, like, really? We have to exercise? No. So, I am still me. But I feel good because I did my exercises today. So there you go. My only other definite thing that I have to do today is a little bit of straightening up because the cleaning crew are coming on Thursday. And I have to think of something that will make Dennis's birthday special because his birthday is on Thursday. But I have to be very careful about that because his preference would be to completely ignore it. In fact, I was talking to Christy Sunday night, and I think she's going to be pretty busy on Thursday or something. So she said, I was thinking I would just text Denny, and I'm like, oh, he would love that. It's not that he doesn't love everyone in his family and whatever, but, he does not want to talk on the phone for 3 or 4 phone calls. So he would love to get a text from Christy. She's, oh, good. He would prefer everyone send him a happy birthday text instead of call. So anyway, but I can't exactly totally ignore it, but I really can't do anything either. So it makes it hard to figure out. I'll bring him tea in the morning for sure, and we'll see what goes after that. So yeah, but I scheduled the cleaners on his birthday, so he should be happy about that. Like, talk about ignoring their birthday, right? Although I did tell him they can't come till 11 so that he doesn't have to rush and get up. Anyway, so things are quiet around here. Dennis and Aura went and did all her banking. They were gone like an hour and a half. They had a list of all the things that they were going to do because they had to cancel all the automatic payments associated with her house. They had accounts to set up, automatic payments to add, or the ability to transfer money and stuff. So they had a lot of things to do, and it's all done. And that was really the last thing kind of hanging over her head, that sort of like administrative, housekeeping kinds of things. And she's like, I think that's it. And I thought, yeah, I think that's it too. She played her piano yesterday, which is always nice. So yeah, so they did that. Oh, that's why we went walking so late, because Dennis and Aura were at the bank. I couldn't think about did we go so late? I can't remember things. And I sat there the whole time they were gone saying, you should go up and do your exercises right now. This would be the perfect time. But I didn't. Oh, I forgot to tell you, when I got home on Sunday night, Dennis had all the fixings for chef salad for dinner, which is nice. And so I put together my chef salad, and he had the shrimp cooling in the sink. Put shrimp on, and hard-boiled egg, and ham and cheese. Cheese, not ham. Anyway, so I'm eating my salad thinking, oh, these shrimp. Dennis likes to cook his shrimp less time than I like to cook shrimp. So very often they're just a little more raw than I would prefer. And that was the case with these shrimp. They, it was pretty raw. I mean, and I didn't actually enjoy eating them, but I didn't say anything because I just got home, and what am I going to say? Oh, you didn't cook the shrimp enough. Not that I would say it like that, but you know what I mean. So I didn't say anything. And later in the evening, you know, an hour later, I went in the kitchen and I could see the red light on the stovetop was on. We have two red lights. One goes on when, they both go on when you turn on a burner. And when you turn off the burner, one light goes off saying that no burners are on, but the other light indicates that the stove is still warm because we have the ceramic top stove. So it indicates the stove is still warm to warn you when you come over that the stove is still warm. So I walked in there and saw that the stove is still warm, light on. And I'm like, and a small pot that, you know, and it had water in it, and it looked like maybe, I said, you know, did you cook something? And he's like dodging the conversation. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he didn't really answer me. I said, oh, did you make hummingbird nectar? Because the little saucepan with water in it. And he didn't say anything, and finally he got this funny look on his face and said, how did you like the raw shrimp on your salad? I'm like, I didn't. I said, did you forget to cook the shrimp? He said, yeah, I was doing all this stuff, and so the shrimp in the sink were raw. You would think I would have figured that out when I picked them out of the water and cut them up, but no. He said, yeah, I got confused or whatever and lost track, and I forgot to cook them. He said, but I wasn't going to say anything. You didn't say anything, so I figured, you know, it wasn't too bad. I said, I didn't want to say anything because I just got home. I'm not going to, like, complain about the food you made me. So he said that he had taken one of the raw shrimp. He likes his, like, shrimp cocktail, you know, with cocktail sauce. And he's like, and realized that he hadn't cooked the shrimp. So Aura and I had raw shrimp on our chef salad. But we have cooked shrimp now. But he wasn't going to say anything. He really, you know, tried to skirt the question. I said, oh, what'd you cook? And I'm thinking to myself, well, you know, I used to make things that I didn't want him to know I was eating. So maybe he made something he didn't want me to know he was eating. Yeah, apparently. Cooked shrimp. Oh, well. So it's only 10:30. Wow. Yesterday, by the time I got done talking to you, it was 12:30. Really does add to your day if you get up earlier. And I don't, you know, mind getting up early usually, but lately, you know, I've been, you know, stressed, and, you know, getting up early is going to be good for me if I continue to do it. And if I don't, I'm not going to beat myself up about that. But meanwhile, so far so good. I'm enjoying my coffee. I did my exercises. Dennis has his tea. Aura has her coffee. We're all settled now. I'm going to put this up on the internet to let you know that things are going well. Oh, an update on the parents. My daddy and my brother contracted with a home health care organization that will come in for 2 hours a day, 3 times a week, and help my dad. And the home health person that we talked to on Friday, a different agency, they had a did I tell you this? I may have told you this, and if I did, just fast forward. They had a 25-pound limit of what their aides were allowed to lift. And of course, we need help. My mom can't really stand very well since she's so weak from the hospital. We need help getting her in and out of bed and, you know, to the restroom. And she's very thin and frail now, but she does weigh 110. She never weighed that little in my whole life. So she's thin and frail. She's 5'5", and that's, you know, her fighting weight used to be like 135, so. But she's been 125 for quite a while, but she's down to 110. She's not eating well. Anyway, what good is an aid? I mean, that's what we need the aid for, because my dad can't do that. So anyway, So I texted my brother he said that they signed up. I was really happy about that. I talked to my dad last night. He had a good night with my mom. And the night, Sunday night after I was gone, he was feeling very optimistic, and he sounded so good. And this aide is going to be able to will be there over the lunch period so that he can go every day or most days down to the dining room and eat with his friends. And this facility, their main meal is at noon. So he'll go down for the main meal at noon. All his compatriots are at the table for the noon meal. Some don't go to breakfast, some don't go to dinner, but everybody's in this noon meal. And so that will make a huge difference in his life, because he's an extrovert and he's been feeling pretty isolated, I think. So I'm really happy about it, and he sounded really good. But I forgot to ask, so I texted my brother this morning and said, do they have a 25-pound limit? He said, no limit. I was so glad. So this sounds like just what Daddy needs. And the other agency had a 4-hour-a-day minimum. So if you got 3 days a week, you had a 12-hour, and 12 hours a week minimum. So, and Daddy just couldn't think of what somebody's going to be doing for 4 hours. And I understand that. I said, well, you got to pay for 4 hours, but if you don't have anything for them to do and you don't want them hanging out in this little 1-bedroom apartment, they can go home, still get paid, but they don't have to do that. So that's good. Anyway, good update. So Daddy sounded very good last night, very upbeat, but scary. They had weather in State College and tornado watch warning. Watch is the worst one, right? Like, keep your eye out because they're coming. And they moved all the residents into, like, they have certain hallways that are like the emergency places to gather, like if there's a fire or something. So they moved everybody out into the hall to get them away from the windows, presumably. So, but all was well. And my brother was there for that, I think. So, yeah. So things are good there. I'm feeling good. I'm not feeling nearly as stressed as I have been. Yeah. And I do my exercises. Yay! So now I'm going to go treat myself to whatever it is going to make me happy from now on. And I will upload this. And I've been talking forever. So those of you who like a long time to do your exercise, your bicycle, and to spin, you're welcome. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for your good wishes. And please take good care of yourselves. Please stay safe and stay sane.